Miley McKay here, back in a new video. Today I thought I'd show you guys my record collection. I am also showing you something else that's not a record, but it's about the same size. You'll see when we get to it. I'm going to start with this one on top. Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back soundtrack. This has 2 vinyls in it, actually. It's got cool artwork. This has seen better days. You can tell because all the damage on it and the water damage and shit, but the records are okay. Now I want to there's something really cool about this record before I move on to the other ones, and I'll show you. But I'm going to take a break for a second because I got to get this out of the plastic sleeve, and don't go anywhere. Alright, we're back. Now, I'll show you what's on the inside here. Is they have these things about the film, about the characters, and it's almost like a book. It just kind of folds open. Again, this has seen better days, all the damage on it, but I still keep it because it's something really cool, and also kind of something really cool and kind of funny to me to be able to play the Imperial March whenever I want. So there's that. What I want to try to do is I want to try to glue these pages back in place. That's going to be a hard one to do. You see where it actually is supposed to go together, and all I have to do is glue that seam back together and good to go, but of course, I don't know how hard that's going to be. It actually is and you can see all the things in there. But I thought that was really neat. Just back in the plastic real quick and we'll continue on. Stay tuned. Alright, we're back. Now let's move on to the next one. This next one is Weird Al Yankovic in 3D. This is a Weird Al album I got from a store I go to frequently for movies called Money Tree. This one's also in plastic wrap. But you see the song list there. And then there's the other one. I thought this was pretty cool. This one's an old one. I don't know if it's 1984. I thought that was really cool. It's one of those things where I saw this in Money Tree one day when I went to pick up movies. I went to go movie shopping, and I was like, oh, I want that. You know? But I love Weird Al Yankovic. I love parody music in general. A lot of it's pretty funny. This next one, I'm a huge fan of the old band Styx. It's one of my favorite albums of theirs because Mr. Roboto. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. This is Kilroy Was Here. Side note, none of the music albums I'm about to show you are like the reprints they do now. These are old, these are original. This one right here actually is old stock from like the early 80s, I believe. And I have some other ones that are old stock from like the 60s. Or another one that's old stock from the 60s, because I frequently go to a store called TD's, Tough Decisions, and he has all these albums that he's had for years and years that he sells. I buy some from her once in a while. I haven't done it in a while, but the Kilroy Was Here Sticks album I just showed you, that was one of them. You'll see another one in a minute. Well, towards the end, actually. This next one I got, these next two I got from Entry. The first one here, Man Without Hats, Rhyme of Youth. And I got this one because, this is also vintage, I got this one because the Safety Dance. And my dog's whining in the background. Nice cheesy little 80s one-hit wonder thingy. And I thought that was so cool that I found a vinyl of it because I love that song. This next one also came from A-Tree. It's another Styx album. It's The Grand Illusion. This one has Come Sail Away, which is one of my favorite songs they did besides Mr. Roboto on it. So I thought that was cool. This next one is older than the rest. This last one I'm about to show you guys. It might actually be worth money, I don't know. But this one is old. This was from TDs. This is old stock from like 1967. This is Days of Future Past, The Moody Blues, Nights in White Satin album. Thought this was awesome. The nice trippy artwork on the front of it. And this is an original of this. My sister Sydney actually has this album, but hers is a reprint, an imported reprint, because it was very hard for her to find this album, so she had to have an imported reprint ordered for her from her record shop she goes to. And it was one of those things. I thought this was really cool. This thing is old. It might... Yeah, 1967. That was pretty cool though. Alright, so that does it for my record collection. But before I go, I'd like to show you something that has to do with my movie collection. That's, I think, is really cool. So, what I'm about to show you guys is a Laserdisc. Now, Laserdisc, for those of you who don't know, Laserdisc was a analog disc format of film before DVDs and even before VHS, I think, was invented. And it went from the late 1970s to apparently the 90s, based on the one I'm about to show you. And it wasn't very popular because it was super expensive. The discs themselves were super expensive. The players were incredibly expensive. And plus, in order to watch a movie, which I'll delve more into this in a second when I pull this out. In order to watch a movie on the format, if it was a 2 to 3 hour movie, it would have 2 discs. One half the movie on one disc, on both sides of one, on one disc, and the other half on the other. Those halves would be split in half. One side would have one part, the other side would have the other part. And so you would have to flip the discs when you wanted to watch the rest of the movie, which I think that was also something people didn't really like all that much, so it became a dead format. So this Laserdisc is Apollo 13. This is a letterbox edition, which is a widescreen Laserdisc, which, yes, those were a thing, but only in the 90s, and there weren't a ton of them made, I don't think. Now, I'll show you what these discs look like. Oh, actually, let me pause for a minute. I'll get the discs out and show you what they look like. I'll be right back. Stay tuned.